YouTube, what's up? Yeah, you see I got my mind right, money right, ready for war here. I'm locked up now, so more Jesus hair than ever. Anyway, as far as weed goes, and the weed dreaming, I'm gonna get into it real quick. Why people don't remember their dreams when they do smoke weed on a daily basis. First of all, it's a medicinal herb. Whether we're talking about tobacco or whatever, any of these herbs, they're medicinal. And everything has a time and a place, and everything brings its yin and its yang. It's positive and negative. It's dark and its lightness. You know, people just focus on the light side of everything. You know, somebody might look at the light side of something like, oh, we're just smoking weed, or oh, we're just eating, drinking, being merry. That's the light side. But there's a dark side of it that needs to be addressed too, that, you know, as far as the cycles that get created and different things like that. So it's a light and dark to everything. Neither is bad, neither is good. It's just like if you have a talent that you've suppressed, that would be a part of your dark side. Because you're not addressing it, it is now in the shadows. Now it's a part of your dark side, but the dark has to be there, you know. So anyway, when we're talking about weed dreaming. Alright. The reason, or weed itself, let's just examine it. It itself is an earth element. Everything is the four elements, but it, you know, heavy in an earth element. Crystals to earth. For this earth, it, you know, crystals themselves being portals of energy and information. Whether we're talking liquid crystal displays or whatever the crystal is, it's a pathway for light. So we're taking in these earth crystals, also known as THC or whatever they are. These are crystals. The blood itself, our blood, is crystal. It's liquid crystal. It's information, an information highway. You're basically just picking up information. So yes, just like they say you should eat food or honey within a certain radius of you, it's the same thing with cannabis too. You're getting information from the crystals, from the liquid blood, from the crystal itself, everything, from that communication of crystals and crystals. So, when we look at the elemental makeup of our body and of cannabis itself, we look at the body being mainly water itself, and we're attaching water itself to the subconscious and the emotions. It is the body and its emotions and subconscious. That's what the water element is. So when we dive into the subconscious, as you know, if we look at the moon, as the moon wanes now, it's going into a waning state now. We're diving into the subconscious. You know, moon again being aligned with feminine or water, or you know, we coming through the womb itself. So that water that we come through, if we even call it water, or melanin, or just a different form of melanin, a different density of melanin, or carbon, dark matter, whatever you want to call melanin. Anyway, to the point of the video, what we have here with weed itself being earth, and we bring fire to it when we inhale it, which creates air or smoke, which creates a gas, basically, that element. So we're inhaling that, and we're getting information that way. And this, what fire does, it evaporates water. So the fire can clear the fog. The fire can clear all the subconscious behavior and the emotions that might be fogging your life up, creating a certain life for you. So at a subconscious level, you're not being conscious of it. So the weed itself takes you into a point where you can think undomesticated thoughts, more or less, I guess you could say. So it brings you into that realm of shedding that water, that extra water is shed. So that's why you really should lose weight if you've been smoking weed, because you lose water weight. It dehydrates you. Again, all these drugs and different things that we do are to just bring about various forms of dehydration, or various states and degrees of it. So whichever one you fancy will determine the drug of choice. So with weed, that's why we're not dreaming, because dreaming has a lot to do, or we are dreaming. Dreaming has a lot to do with the subconscious, the water, the emotions, addressing emotions that we aren't addressing in our waking life. So we can bring us things from the subconscious into the conscious life, into our waking life. So, and then that will cause us to need less. It will remove baggage from our life. So we'll hold on to less. So that's the medicinal part of weed, where it can set things put things in perspective to where you can drop certain things. You know, we hold on to things. And that's the problem a lot of the time. You can't take certain things when you leave in different phases of your life. And you tried to. and that thing just decays, and everything it touches begins to decay. So whatever you're holding on to that is decaying is making you, every part of you that's holding on to it is making that all decay. Wherever you're putting that part of your cells, if you're attacking the kidneys or whatever cell part of you, you're smoking and you're attacking and you're cycling those thoughts with that action. You get depressed and smoke, so now you're attaching it to the lungs, to the cells in that area, which creates a cycle. So, and again, everything the cells having a memory. It's just the cycles that get created when we don't. I mean, you can do them consciously or unconsciously. You just learn from a cycle. But when we do it unconsciously, we just get robbed of our energy. And where we are today now, where everyone is at the same capacity of creation, but no one is creating consciously. So we have everything being created haphazardly. It's a busted world created by nuts. So with weed and dreaming, you dream every night. Your perception of dreaming, you have such a visual connection with dreams that you don't take into account maybe that the emotions you feel throughout the night, the emotions you may wake up in the middle of the night feeling, or when you wake up in the morning, whatever, however you feel at that time, or however you felt throughout the whole night, and then how you feel throughout the whole next day, and just observe it. And that's why you need to observe the moon cycles and how these things affect us, as far as reflecting and planting seeds and waking up at the darkest hour, be it 2-3 o'clock, darkest times of the night. That's when we plant our seeds. That's when we should be waking up. That's the beginning. That's when we plant our seeds in the darkness, like the winter. It springs in the spring, it blossoms, then everything fruits, and then that is the death. That is the beginning. That's the beginning. Shout out to Beto Burns, or Beto Buns, whatever. Beto Burns, yeah. So, that's the beginning there, and that's what, if we realize that, we get to this point, then we understand that we're more so, everything that we're experiencing is a thought or vibration, more so than what we are. Because I is in everything, but I is no thing. So, it got a lot to do with what you're robbing too. If you're smoking, you're probably giving your heart somewhere, because smoking is linked with, your lungs are linked with depression and righteousness, and it's intimately connected with this heart. So, it has a lot to do with your heart, usually with the depression of smoking, regardless of what it is you smoke. So, all right. I don't know if I want to get too deep into it. Video's getting kind of long, but I'll get real quick about it. Like I said, you get people that live in their heart usually live from their heart down. An animal heart, or a soul. You're living from your soul and your emotions. But if you live from yourself, then you have all faculties. If you live from the emotions, all you are is a ball of emotion. Your life will be that. So it's just, it's really just about the different faculties of the sensory body, and experiencing this body, and experiencing self and heart or soul, and experiencing the animal or animated self, all of that. So if you live totally in your head and yourself, that can create another imbalance where you're not ever in your heart. People that gave up a lot of their heart have no passion for themselves. They gave up all their heart to these other people. They have no fuel or passion, or pass ion, because it's instilled. Again, the body being water. In the stillness or the subconscious, we instill thought, input. It's input into us. That's a passion. That's pass ion. That's why we have legacies, or legs to stand on. That's why people do certain lines of work and perpetuate certain things, and then the deed is done, and then the group of people that is one individual really can transcend from a place and leave this earth. So I know the video got long. I didn't mean for it to get that long. Hopefully you can get the gist. Love y'all.